Hello folks, and welcome back to another Wise Game video. In this video we're going to be playing Battle for Azeroth now that it's actually live. The expansion came out this past week. In this video I'm going to be going over, once you hit cap level of 120 in the game, the major things that you may want to do in the game to progress your actual gameplay. So this video should be able to help you, and we're going to cover both elements in the game, which is PvE and PvP. So nobody should be left out as far as watching this video. Now at the start of the video I'll be going over mainly the PvE world stuff, things along that nature, things that affect us all, no matter if you PvP or PvE in the game. But there's a lot more excitement in Battle for Azeroth when it comes to the PvP side of things, which we'll get into as the video progresses. The actual PvE side of the game is something that usually doesn't have any issues. They add new bosses, they add new raid content, we get new gears, we know how that all works. Now what we're going to be looking at here through the remainder part of this video is just me on my paladin as I quest, do some dailies, things along that nature, because I'm trying to level him up. So that's what we'll be looking at in the background of this video. So let's get started and go over my list of what to do once your cap level of 120 for Battle for Azeroth. Now just keep in mind, I'm not going to be going into deep details of each topic in this video because it would just be a 3-hour long video. But I will provide links, as usual, in my video description of this video. Number one on our list is War Campaign. War Campaign is something that you definitely want to do in the game, and I will provide any links I could find in the description panel. Now War Campaign, what it's going to do is that it's going to give you more additions once you're 120. It's a way of getting more followers for your mission table, and I understand it also opens up for your faction mythics. Now I don't know if that's mythic dungeons, mythic raids, or both. If somebody knows more about that, if they could comment down below in the comments section, because I haven't done mythics on a regular basis in a long time, so I'm not 100% sure about that. So War Campaign is first on our list, and it's definitely something you definitely want to do. Next on our list is Pathfinder. Now Pathfinder is not a stranger to the game. We've done it in Legions, and basically that's how we got Legions flying. So if you want to get Battle for Azeroth flying, you would also have to complete the Pathfinder again. Of course it's new with Battle for Azeroth elements, quests, storylines, things along that nature. Now some of the things that you do have to complete to get Pathfinder done, and you can find this in the achievement panel of your character, is you would have to complete the War Campaign, and you would have to finish some zone storylines. You would also have to get some certain reps, and I believe that they have to be revered. As long as they're revered, they don't have to be exalted. And then you have to explore every zone of Battle for Azeroth. You will then have to complete 100 world quests, again very similar to the Legion structure. For more details on this, I will have a link in the description panel of this video, and that's Pathfinder for Battle for Azeroth. Next on our list, and this is going to probably be a little long-winded on my end because this is something that's brand new that just came out in Battle for Azeroth. It's never been in Legions or the other past expansions, so I want people to understand this, and it's called Island Expeditions. Island Expeditions is a great addition that they added to the game to give us something else to do with a very huge reward system. So let me explain more about it. Island Expeditions is done in 3-player versus 3-player, so it's Horde versus the Alliance. How you get into these is in your harbor of the main city, like Borealis is for the Alliance, is you would find an NPC that's usually sitting at a desk, and you either click on that NPC or the desk, similar to the mission table now, and that's how you would queue up for Island Expeditions. And again, it's 3 versus 3. Now once you enter these, they kind of remind me a lot of like the scenarios that we were doing in the past. And what you do is that you would explore the island once you're out there. I think there's 5 or 7 different island maps in the game right now. and you would explore the island, and you have bosses to fight, you have mobs to fight, AIs, which is a little more tricky to fight, kind of like fighting against a real player, basically, and you have to find treasures and things along that nature. Now, the biggest reward for Island Expedition and the biggest means of this is Azerite powers. It's probably the top way of getting Azerites each week for Battle for Azeroth. The weekly comes out, of course, once a week, and that gives you about 2,000 right there just by completing it. But once the weekly's done, you have to wait until next week to do the weekly again. But there's still other little quests, I think, for it. But you could queue up for Island Expeditions as much as you want in a day's time. It's not going to give you as much as doing the weekly, but you're still going to get Azerite powers and other treasures as you do it each time. Now, it's in PvP or PvE mode. So now the PvP mode, obviously, if you go in there, you can fight against the opposite faction. So you're still going to have the bosses to fight, you're still going to have the treasure boxes to open and all that, but you can also fight each other. It's up to the teams. If they ignore each other, you're still going to walk away with a win. So it's the first faction that actually completes the main boss is what wins Island Expeditions. So it's a great addition, and again, I will have a link in the description panel of the video. Okay, I think it's a great time now to cover some PvP for level 120 once you're at cap level for Battle for Azeroth. Now, as we know, PvP came back pretty strong in Battle for Azeroth compared to Legions. They came back with the Conquest Point system, which is really good, and they're coming back with PvP gears that we could actually obtain through certain means of the game. Now, I am not going to go into all these details about PvP in this video, but I will list a couple of events and things that we could do now at 120 to add more PvP to our roster. First up for PvP at 120 is airdrops. Now, airdrops, I'm not sure if you actually have to be level 120 to participate in this. Now, but you do need to be in war mode. So you have to be in war mode to do airdrops. Now, when I speak about airdrops, I'm not talking about airdrops like that we hear with. I'm talking about airdrops in the game. So basically, what is airdrops? Airdrops is from time to time in different zones, certain zones in Battle for Azeroth, an airship is going to appear. And you'll be able to hear it if you have the game sound up. And once that airship appears, it's going to drop a crate, which is attached to a parachute. So once you see that parachute and that crate, you want to head to that spot where it's going to drop. Now, the first faction that opens up or claims that crate is the one that wins the crate. And you only have about 30 seconds or so if you're in that faction to claim the reward that's inside the crate. Now, I'm not 100% sure what the reward gives you anymore, but in the pre-patch, it gave you a catch-up gear that they use to get ready for Battle for Azeroth at the end of Legions 8.0. But now I do understand that you should be able to get some conquest points by claiming it, and it might be like a random RNG piece of gear every now and then. So airdrops is another cool way of getting people active again in World PvP, and it'll give you some nice rewards along the way. So that's airdrops for Battle for Azeroth. And we've already discussed earlier in the video about Island Expeditions. Again, those can be done in PvP mode. So once you queue up for it, just pick the PvP mode option, and you should be able to do additional more PvP events when it comes to Island Expeditions for Battle for Azeroth. And I also want to mention too that I think that they added 2 new arenas to Battle for Azeroth, which is really cool. So I'm looking forward to checking those out at level 120. I am very excited about them coming back with the conquest points, because again, it's going to give PvP that incentive that we missed in Legions. Now, before we wrap up this video, I'm just going to touch on a few things, one being a bonus that a lot of people don't know about in the game, so I think you're going to be pretty excited to hear about this. Next, I'd like to talk about contracts. Contracts is something that they just added to the game, and it's something that inscriptionists can make. So you'd be able to buy them from the auction house. I'm sure that they're pretty expensive at the moment. And basically what it does is that it gives you more rep for certain areas. Just like Tabbage used to do back in Wrath of the Lich King days, times like that, you used to be able to buy a Tabbage from the Quartermaster, and it would make it where you could get more reputation when you're trying to get those reps up. So contracts is the way of adding more reps to your character now. And then of course we have the normal stuff that we always have at cap level in any game. You're going to have your raids, your mythics, your arenas, your RPGs, all that good stuff. So, but there's going to be more activity in Battle for Azeroth when it comes especially to the PvP players, which we really needed in a very long time. Okay, bonus time. And here it is, folks. I'm going to try to pronounce it. Najzatar Serpent mount. I'm probably way off on that, but you get the idea. To actually get this done, you have to have 20 Abyss Fragments. Once you have the 20 Abyss Fragments, you can now summon this and claim it as a mount. So you'd have to go to Storm Song Valley, and behind the waterfall is where you would claim this mount. So, but I don't think it's soloable. I think you would need a group of a couple of people at least to go out there and help you with this. But let them know ahead of time that if they don't have the Abyss Fragments, it's not going to be a mount for them. So, but I'm not sure also too if it's a 100% drop or not. So if somebody knows more about this, if you could leave a comment down below, that'd be fantastic. So anyways, folks, that's about it for this video. I think we wrapped up. I think we went into some pretty good details here about Battle for Azeroth. Get you going once you're level 120. Feel free to comment below, sub up to see more future videos coming out. And until then, thanks for watching again, Wise Gamer. Take care. Bye-bye.